Part 1. The Mysterious Signal. The story opens with Dr. Mia Carter, a human communications specialist stationed on an isolated orbital research station. Late at night, she picks up a strange, repeating signal unlike anything in human records. No one else seems to detect it. Her curiosity grows as she deciphers fragments of alien language, realizing that the signal is a call for help from a lost crew in deep space. Suspense builds as she debates whether to report it, fearing skepticism or ridicule from her peers. Part 2. Preparing the journey. Mia decides to respond privately, using an experimental unmanned ship capable of autonomous travel, but controlled remotely by her. She modifies the communication arrays to better track the source. During this part, we explore her determination, resourcefulness, and quiet bravery. She discovers the signal includes coordinates far beyond known human exploration zones, hinting at a vast and dangerous void. The story emphasizes human ingenuity and courage without relying on conflict. Part 3. First Contact. Mia's ship reaches the signal's source, a drifting alien vessel with strange geometric designs and soft glowing lights. The alien crew communicates visually through patterns and colors, and Mia learns that they are lost, unable to navigate due to failing systems. The story highlights her empathy, patience, and problem-solving skills as she begins to interpret the alien signals. The crew is fascinated by human creativity, marking the first moment of HFY, humans impressing aliens with ingenuity. Part 4. Navigating the Void. Mia works with the alien crew to repair their navigation system using a mix of human and alien technology. They share stories and experiences, learning from each other. Suspense is maintained as dangerous cosmic phenomena. Asteroid fields, energy storms, threaten the fragile alliance, but no one is harmed. This section emphasizes collaboration and trust between species, highlighting human adaptability and intuition as key to survival. Part 5. Unexpected Discovery. While guiding the alien ship through a complex star cluster, Mia detects an abandoned alien archive floating in space. Inside, there are logs, scientific data, and maps indicating the existence of ancient civilizations. The alien crew is astonished at her interpretation of the data, realizing humans can make connections and solve puzzles differently. This part reinforces the HFY theme, showing humans as clever, thoughtful, and culturally perceptive. Part 6. The Return Path. With navigation restored, the alien crew is ready to return to their home system. Mia accompanies them for safety and mutual learning. Along the way, they encounter rare cosmic phenomena that test their teamwork and problem-solving skills. The aliens express admiration for human ingenuity, resilience, and empathy. Mia begins to understand the deeper meaning of her journey. Humans are not just survivors. They are bridge builders across galaxies. Part 7. A New Alliance. The alien crew reaches their home system safely, leaving Mia with a gift, a device that can translate thoughts into patterns, a symbol of interstellar friendship. The story concludes with Mia returning to Earth, now recognized not only for hearing the signal but for demonstrating humanity's unique qualities. The ending emphasizes optimism, the human spirit, and the limitless potential of cooperation between species. Suspense resolves with hope, curiosity, and admiration, leaving a sense of wonder and achievement. Dr. Mia Carter sat alone in the quiet control room of the orbital research station. Outside, the blackness of space stretched endlessly, dotted with distant stars. She liked the silence. It made her feel closer to the universe, as if she could hear things no one else could. Tonight, the hum of the station's machinery was steady and everything seemed normal, until a faint signal blinked on her monitor. At first, Mia thought it was a glitch. She leaned closer, adjusting the frequency. The signal was strange. It was not like anything she had seen before. It repeated in soft, pulsing patterns, almost like a heartbeat. She frowned. The coding did not match any human transmission. Satellites, military channels, communication beacons, all familiar. This was different. She tapped the console, amplifying the signal. Her eyes widened. She could hear a faint rhythm within the pulse, almost like it was trying to speak. Mia had studied alien communication theories, but nothing she learned in books prepared her for this. It was as if someone, somewhere far beyond the known sectors, was reaching out and hoping someone would respond. Mia's mind raced. She glanced at the station logs. No other stations reported anything. No messages from Earth, no alerts, nothing. She was the only one who could hear it. A shiver ran down her spine, not from fear but from the thrill of discovery. She had dreamed of this moment. A real chance to touch something unknown, something alive in the void. She adjusted the signal again. This time, she tried to translate it using the basic decoding program she had built for experimental transmissions. Strange symbols appeared on her screen. She stared at them, tracing the lines with her finger. They were not random. There was structure, repetition, and intent. Someone or something was trying to communicate. The thought made her heart beat faster. She imagined a crew lost in the endless dark, reaching out with hope, desperate to be found. No one on the station could understand them, but she could. She felt a connection forming across the stars, fragile yet strong, like a thread stretching across the void. Mia knew she had to act carefully. If she reported this too soon, her colleagues might dismiss it as a malfunction or worse, an anomaly caused by interference. She had to study the signal herself first. For hours she worked, slowly mapping the pulses, isolating the pattern. Each sequence felt like a sentence, each repetition like a word. Slowly, a faint image of understanding began to form. She leaned back and rubbed her eyes. The station was silent. Even the engines seemed to hold their breath. Outside, the stars twinkled coldly, indifferent to her excitement. She took a deep breath. This was more than just a signal. It was a call for help. Somewhere in the vast emptiness, a crew was lost, and somehow they had reached her. Mia's mind wandered. Who were they? What kind of beings could survive in the cold depths of space? She imagined their ship drifting alone, lights blinking, systems failing, yet still alive. She imagined the faces of the crew, hopeful yet anxious. The thought made her chest tighten with urgency. She could not ignore them. Not now, not ever. She checked the coordinates embedded in the signal. They were far, far beyond human exploration zones. No manned mission had gone there, not even remotely. The distance was daunting. She felt the weight of the impossible task pressing on her shoulders, yet she did not hesitate. Her fingers danced across the console, running simulations, imagining a path through the stars. There had to be a way. Time passed slowly. Mia barely noticed the hours slipping by as she worked. She experimented with sending small replies, simple pulses back into the void. The alien signal responded. She realized with a thrill that the crew could understand her. A conversation had begun, quiet and delicate, across unimaginable distances. She smiled. For the first time, Mia felt completely alive. This was more than science. This was a connection that went beyond species, beyond worlds. It was proof that humans could reach out, understand, and respond in ways no one else could. She felt proud, not for herself alone, but for all humanity. Maybe humans were ready to be more than explorers. Maybe they could be friends to the stars. She leaned back again, watching the blinking pulse on the screen. The signal was soft now, almost shy but persistent. She whispered to it, almost like it could hear her. I hear you. I will help you. The stars outside did not answer, but the signal pulsed faster, as if in relief. Mia knew the journey ahead would be long, difficult, and uncertain. Yet in that moment, alone in the quiet of the station, she felt hope. Somewhere out there, lost in the void, the crew was counting on her, and she would not let them down. This is approximately 800 words. It sets up the mystery, HFY theme, human ingenuity, and empathy, while keeping the suspense high. If you want, I can continue part 2 in the same style, moving into preparing the journey and deeper connection with the alien crew. Do you want me to continue with part 2 now? You said, part 2. 800 words ka lekho aur interesting hona chahiye aur third person style ma lekhni hai. Or simple basic English ka, or violated free hona chahe, without short heading. ChatGPT said, absolutely. Here's part 2 of your story. Written in third person style. Simple English, interesting and violated free. Around 800 words. Mia sat at her console, staring at the coordinates that blinked insistently on the screen. The alien signal had become clearer, almost like it was guiding her toward its source. She knew the journey would be long, farther than any human had ever traveled. Her heart raced with both excitement and fear. Yet she felt ready. She had to be. She began preparing her small experimental ship. It was designed for long autonomous missions, but she would control it remotely from the station. Every system needed to be checked. Life support, propulsion, navigation, and communication arrays all had to be perfect. She moved quickly yet carefully, checking and rechecking each panel. She knew that out there in the void, even the smallest mistake could cost everything. As she worked, Mia thought about the crew sending the signal. They must have been frightened, lost in the endless darkness, hoping someone would notice them. She imagined their ship floating, dim lights flickering, systems failing one by one. The thought made her resolve stronger. Humans had survived impossible odds before. Perhaps they could help these beings too. Mia adjusted the communication arrays. She tried different frequencies, matching them to the signal patterns. Each adjustment brought a clearer pulse, more like a heartbeat. She felt a thrill she had never known. She was no longer just a listener. She was a participant, a bridge across the stars. Hours passed. Mia slept only in short bursts, waking to check the signal each time it blinked. She sketched patterns, noting changes, writing down every detail. She discovered that the pulses had a rhythm, like a story being told in light and sound. Slowly, she could anticipate the next sequence. She could understand the signal in a way that no machine could fully translate. By morning, she was ready to test a reply. Using the ship's arrays, she sent a series of simple pulses, repeating the pattern she had decoded. She watched the monitor, holding her breath. After a few tense minutes, the signal pulsed back. It was faster, almost joyful. The alien crew had understood her. They were responding. Mia allowed herself a small smile. This was the first real conversation between humans and beings far beyond known space. She felt proud, but also deeply aware of her responsibility. Every decision she made now mattered not just to her, but to the lives waiting somewhere out there in the dark. Next, she began plotting the course. The coordinates led to a section of space far beyond any mapped system. Meteoroid fields, radiation zones, and energy storms were scattered along the way. Mia studied each obstacle carefully. She ran simulations, imagining different paths. She noted points where she could slow down the ship or adjust its trajectory to avoid danger. Every calculation had to be precise. She could not leave anything to chance. She thought about the alien crew again. She wondered what they looked like, how they moved, how they spoke to one another. The signal hinted at a community, a team working together to survive. She realized that they must trust her now, even though they had never met her. That thought filled her with determination. She could not fail them. Once her plan was ready, she began preparing the ship for launch. Supplies, energy modules, and communication boosters were all loaded. She ran final system checks, ensuring everything was working perfectly. Her hands moved with confidence, her mind sharp and focused. There was no time for doubt. Out there, the crew was waiting, counting on her human ingenuity to guide them home. Before sending the ship, Mia paused and looked out at the endless black of space. She whispered to herself, "I will find you. I will help you." It was not just a promise, it was a commitment. She felt a strange connection, as if the pulse of the signal was reaching through her very heart. Somewhere in the void, the crew felt it too. The ship lifted gently from the docking bay, its engines humming quietly. Mia guided it remotely, watching every movement on her console. Each adjustment brought it closer to the coordinates, each calculation keeping it safe from the hazards ahead. She felt like a captain of a tiny vessel, steering across an ocean of stars toward beings she had never seen. Hours turned into days as Mia monitored the ship. She adjusted its course, recalculated fuel needs, and kept the communication arrays active. The signal remained strong, growing steadier as if the